Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Second Lieutenant Michael Lotz, your narrator for today's ceremony, supported by Second Lieutenant Elizabeth Barnes. On behalf of Colonel Derek Iwanenko, Commandant, Officer Training School, we welcome you to the graduation ceremony of Officer Training School Class 2405 and 2406 Alpha. I would like to begin with a brief review of this morning's ceremony. In just a few moments, both Class 2405 and 2406 will march in, followed by the arrival of the official party and the presentation of the crop and wings from Class 2405 to Class 2406. Today's graduates will be in their service dress uniform, symbolizing their ceremonial duties for today. The junior members will be outfitted in their operational field uniform, reflecting their readiness to embrace the challenges ahead. To maintain proper decorum and respect, we ask that you abide by the following protocols. There are times that you will be asked to stand. During those times, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand in place with their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. In addition, please reserve respect during the oath of office. During these oaths, officers pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution of our country. I will be providing cues throughout the event to guide you. Today's ceremony is a celebration of the achievements of these graduating officers. It is also a ceremony that both teaches and appreciates our Air and Space Force military heritage. Drill is an essential part of military history, a prominence that rests on the fact that its fundamental purpose was to prepare troops for battle. For the most part, drill procedures practiced in the past were identical to the tactical maneuvers deployed on the battlefield. It was this aspect of drill which made it such an important part of training. Even today, drill remains a necessary and useful training activity for instilling discipline, precision, and esprit de corps. 250 years ago, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline in his fledgling army. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved men in rags. To correct these conditions, he set to work immediately to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. These warriors modeled the way as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation. As they mastered the art of drill and began to work as a team, this group developed a collective sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Watching this model company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently the troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures practiced into effect at Valley Forge were not changed for over 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still in use today. One form of drill is the salute. Since early times, warriors have used some form of salute as an exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved, and its use continued in modern militaries, with their inherent traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the officers presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the invitation given by Chaplain Kleinschmidt.
I invite you to pray in your tradition as I pray in mine. Gracious and loving God, we gather to celebrate this milestone, the first of many in the lives of these men and women who graduate today, and who take their oath to support and defend the Constitution of this great nation. During these past few weeks, they demonstrated their zeal for service and a warrior spirit. I thank you for their families who provided them support and encouragement during their journey through officer training school. The same families who instilled in them a sense of duty, commitment, and devotion. Thank you for their instructors and the OTS staff who have invested endless hours fostering responsibility, integrity, accountability, and teamwork. Today, they stand here on this field, the very place where they crossed the blue line, stepping into the call to serve as officers in the United States Air and Space Forces. They're no longer trainees, but officers. They stand here with a greater respect for the disciplines instilled at every level, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, as they prepare to support and defend this great nation. Loving God, fill these officers with a spirit of wisdom, understanding, and fidelity. As they march down this bomb run, may they honorably follow those who have gone before them as they become our next generation of leaders. Bless them now as they graduate, and may each of us live every day with honor, dedication, and commitment. In your most holy name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Kleinschmidt. Please be seated. The reviewing official for today's parade is the Director of Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Colonel Johnny McGonigal. The Commandant, Officer Training School, Colonel Derek Iwanenko. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Officer Training School, Chief Master Sergeant Everton Hickson. We are honored to have with us the following distinguished guests. The former mobilization assistant to the Commander, Air Mobility Command, Major General Kenneth R. Council Jr., United States Air Force retired, and his wife, Mrs. Dorian Council. The former Deputy Director of Operations, North American Aerospace Defense Command, Major General Peter Fessler, United States Air Force retired, and his daughter, Ms. Addison Fessler. The Commander, Gene M. Holmes Center for Officer Ascensions and System Development, Brigadier General Houston Cantwell, the Deputy Commander, Colonel Christopher Brahman, and Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Jennifer McKinney. The former Virginia Air National Guard Air Adjutant General, Brigadier General Robert J. Gray Jr., United States Air Force retired. The former Commander, 28th Infantry Division, Brigadier General Jerry Beck, United States Army retired. The Deputy Commandant, Officer Training School, Colonel Roxanne Toy. The Commander, 22nd Training Support Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Randy Sicali, and Senior Enlisted Leader, Master Sergeant Melanie Velez. The Commander, 24th Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Jason Edwards, and Senior Enlisted Leader, Technical Sergeant Samuel Anderson. The Commander, 217th Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Sharon Harris, and Senior Enlisted Leader, Technical Sergeant Denise Sammy. We welcome all other commanders, commandants, senior leaders, chiefs, staff, and guests who join us on this special occasion. As part of today's ceremony, we also recognize the achievements of those who are about to ascend from lower class to upper class at Officer Training School by awarding the proper wings. Officers, you may proceed. The proper wings have symbolized the American Airmen since 1918 and is shared by all Department of the Air Force Ascension programs. Today, the proper wing signifies the trainee's elevation to OTS upperclassmen. Additionally, it represents the culminating event for the medical officers graduating the abbreviated class. For those soon to be upperclassmen trainees, the journey to this point has been a rigorous and demanding process. They have persevered, facing challenges that have tested their physical, mental, and emotional limits. They have practiced leadership, developed their decision-making skills, and demonstrated unwavering commitment to becoming warrior-minded leaders of character. But today is not just about celebrating their growth as officers. It's about recognizing the character that lies beneath the uniform. It's about acknowledging the attributes that have brought them to this moment: professionalism, communication, warfighting, leadership, and mission execution. These officers have chosen a path that demands more than knowledge. It demands a duty that goes beyond oneself. It requires them to be leaders, to inspire confidence in their fellow airmen and guardians, and to uphold and exemplify the values we hold dear. As they transition to upper class, they are not just progressing in their training, they are becoming part of a legacy that extends through generations of officers who have served with honor and distinction. They are joining a select group of individuals who have answered the call to duty, who have been entrusted with the incredible responsibility of serving and leading our airmen and guardians to defend our freedoms and win our nation's wars. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the U.S. recipients of the Proper Wings Class 2406. The Commander of Airmen for today's ceremony is First Lieutenant Krista Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of our national anthem by Second Lieutenant Christine Zakora, Class 2405.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Be seated.
A group all present or accounted for, sir. B group all present or accounted for, sir. The wing is all present or accounted for.
Attention to order! Detail for today! Officer of the day! Second Lieutenant Trent, by order of Colonel I. Wanenko! Officers! Center! Halt!
Officer Training School, United States Air Force, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. Subject, Honor Flight, Honor Squadron, and Commandant's Challenge Winners, Class 2405.
Guide on bearer, flight 513. Guide on bearer, flight 519. Guide on bearer, Hoya Squadron. Front and center. Post. March.
In honor of First Lieutenant Paul J. Smith, the flight that exhibited the best combined in average, order of merit metrics, and leader of character attributes earns the title Honor Flight. This award recognizes the honor flight's demonstrated capacity to live with honor, lift others, and elevate the performance of their teams. The Honor Flight Streamer is awarded to Flight 513 for excellence as a flight in academic studies, military training, and physical conditioning. Signed, Colonel Derek Iwanenko, United States Air Force, Commandant, Officer Training School. The Honor Squadron Streamer is awarded to the Hoya Squadron for excellence as a squadron in academic studies, military training, and physical conditioning. Signed, Colonel Derek Iwanenko, United States Air Force, Commandant, Officer Training School. The Commandant's Challenge Winner is awarded to Flight 519 for possessing courage, resilience, and hardiness of spirit, enlisting in their inner cause the virtues we must exemplify through blood and sweat in the spectrum of developing as leaders. Signed, Colonel Derek Iwanenko, United States Air Force, Commandant, Officer Training School.
Guide on bearer. Post.
In review.
Staff, order, arms. Staff, change post, march. Give your group order, arms. Pass and review.
Forward squadron! Right squadron! All right! March!
The officers graduating today and passing the review have accomplished a feat of immense significance. They have led the way through the Department of the Air Force's newest and most transformative leadership development course, designed to produce warrior-minded leadership character, committed to our oath, values, and creed. We observe graduating officers with their expanded knowledge and experience, taking the lead in the ceremonial passing review. They confidently march, committed to our core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Today, we not only celebrate individual achievements, but also the collective strength of our military family. As the colors pass University area, please stand alongside us and join in honoring the traditions that unite us all and inspire the next generation to reach even greater heights. The military training instructors passing the review are charged with establishing the precision, self-control, and discipline required within the military force. The military training instructors are led by Master Sergeant Davis, Master Sergeant Shadai, and Sergeant Tammy. Leading today's parade is the Commander of Airmen, First Lieutenant Krista Howard, hometown of Russell, Louisiana. The aide commander is Second Lieutenant Bobby Muma, hometown, Oceanside, California. The Goldhawk Squadron is led by Kevin Foley, hometown, Jacksonville, New York. The Hoya Squadron is led by Richard Potter's hometown, Orlando, Florida. Now passing in review the color guard. The U.S. flag is carried by First Lieutenant Tom Sawyer, hometown, Winter Park, Florida. The U.S. Air Force flag is carried by Second Lieutenant Alexander Stansberry. Space Force flag by Second Lieutenant Travis Moe. Left rifle by Second Lieutenant Jessica Heath. And right rifle by Captain Shanice Sanderson. The B Group commander is Second Lieutenant Zach Pennington, hometown, Cypress, Texas. The Mustang Squadron is led by Second Lieutenant Amanda Hughes, hometown, Honolulu, Hawaii. Wolfpack Squadron is led by Second Lieutenant Ivana Hampton, hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force song, followed by the Space Force song. Thank you. Please be seated.
Staff, dismiss.
The U.S. Air and Space Force are the world's preeminent forces in air, space, and cyberspace. We maintain that distinction by securing our objective of global vigilance, reach, power, and remaining true to our vision statement. The world's greatest air and space forces, powered by Airmen and Guardians, fueled by innovation. Through shared values, key capabilities, and upholding our creed, we continue to achieve our mission and aim high in all we do. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain standing while Officer Training School Class 2405 recites the Airman's Creed, followed by the oath of office administered by Colonel McGonigal. I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield, a century and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind.
office to the Air Force and Space Force.
Graduates, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Jeffrey Vance,
Having been appointed, and state your rank.
have been appointed as Second Lieutenant,
United States Air or Space Force.
United States Air Force,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Graduates, whether you serve for just a few years or 30, your service puts you in an elite group of Americans who stood tall and accepted the oath to serve their country. That is something you will be able to hold on to for the rest of your lives. Officers, dismissed.